Good afternoon, everybody. It's a jam-packed day here in Pembroke, North Carolina. Sam Jelinek here on the mic to bring you UNC Pembroke Volleyball here from Lumbee Guarantee Bank Arena. UNCP trying to rebound from a tough loss last night as they fell in straight sets and were unable to capitalize in a second set performance where they actually held a lead 23-18, but unfortunately against Augusta were unable to capitalize on the mistakes Augusta was gifting them. But today it's another day, and now 3-10 on the season. UNCP taking on Georgia College, the Bobcats. They played last night as well, and they lost 3-1 in 4 sets total against Francis Marion. They took the opening set against the Patriots, but ended up falling in 3 straight sets after that, and were unable to pick up the victory overall in that game. Now the Bobcats on the season at 8-7, 1-2 in conference. UNCP had their conference opener last night, obviously, against Augusta, and now 0-1 on the season in conference. Georgia's going to start us off with the serve. And immediately a service ace for the first point of the game. Georgia College gets us going. Jordan Mollering on the serve, and after the service ace, she serves it long, and Pembroke picks up their first point of the game. We're all square at 1. For the Braves, they lined it up like this initially. Ashley Caesar, Brianna Warren, Bailey Jones, Zakiya Jones, Kayla Crowder, Shannon Scrid, and your libero, Anna Hines. And that ball's going to be called in. UNCP thought that ball got over the line, but just able to sneak it onto the court. And Georgia College up 2-1 here early on. Lauren Talela now on the serve. Righty whips it over. Nice diving dig set up. And Ashley Caesar finishes it for the kill. And Pembroke evens things back up early on. The Braves, in last year's matchup against Georgia College, went 0-2 overall, lost in straight sets in both matchups. So looking for a better performance here this afternoon. A little off speed over top of the net, and that's going to fall in. Nearly a diving dig there for Caesar, but she can't get to it. And Georgia College back on top early on. Nicole Cohen now on the serve for Georgia College. A couple early substitutions here for the Bobcats. Off speed for Brianna Warren, able to guide it over top and find some space on the hardwood, gets it to fall in. We're trading points early on here. All knotted at 3. And Atelier on the serve. Georgia College able to get it back over top and slams it home. Georgia had themselves a phenomenal season last year. Overall, they were 24-8, 8-4 in the Peach Belt. They've not been able to replicate that success here in the following season. As Brianna Warren again with another kill. We're all tied at 4. So 24-8 last year. They reached the Peach Belt Conference Championship game. But so far this year, it's been tough sledding. Service error for Shannon Scrid. Caleb Brockway now on the serve for Georgia College. UNCP and Georgia College, a few unforced errors early on. Nice dig there by Anna Hines. Brianna Warren blocked back, and Georgia College able to pick up the point off the block. That's now our biggest lead in the game, actually. 6-4, Georgia College up by 2. In yesterday's match, UNCP was able to keep it very close against Augusta for the majority of the match. They were unable to take advantage when they had opportunities to win sets. Kayla Crowder unable to finish her kill. 3 in a row now for Georgia College, up 7-4. Yesterday in the second set, UNCP led 23-18 and had a larger lead earlier in the set as well. Set up by Mollering, and Georgia College can't find their way back over the net. And UNCP back on track, now down by 2 here in the very early going. Braves looking to pick up their first conference win of the season, 0-1 yesterday after their loss to Augusta. They'll be actually playing 2 matches here today. There's a nice block. Looked like it was actually Caesar in on it. And the Braves back to within 1. Anna Hines on the serve. Over top the block by Caesar. Just got it off the fingertips. Able to find the gap in the hardwood, gets it to fall. And just like that, we're all tied up again, back and forth, ebbing and flowing here in the early going. Nobody has really been able to establish dominance early on. Able to get up there for the block, but it ricochets out of bounds for the Braves. The point goes Georgia College's way, now back on top by 1. That'll be Bachniak on the serve. Straight into the block, but it falls. Kayla Crowder able to power it home. And once again, UNCP battles back to knot things back up. Crowder had a nice game yesterday, 7 kills against Augusta. And a little bit too long for Emily Pope. Trying to crush it home, but a little bit too much mustard. And UNCP now able to grab the lead, 9-8 our score. Georgia College, as I mentioned, 1-2 in conference. The Braves 0-1. So UNCP trying to get that first win of the season here in conference play, and nearly able to slip a hand underneath to keep it alive. The ball finds the floor. Now a player down for Georgia College. It's Kayla Brockway holding her hand right now. Looked like she might have jammed it trying to save that ball. Brockway is a key cog in the Georgia College roster. She was a preseason All-Peach Belt Conference selection. Last season, she was absolutely phenomenal. She was named the Peach Belt Conference Center of the Season, first team All-Conference as well. And this year, averaging 9.63 assists per set. That's good for second in the conference, so Brockway has to leave this game for an extended period of time. It's a big blow to Georgia College. Early on, though, it's been a back and forth kind of game, all tied at 9, and Brockway's going to be able to stay in the game. Looks like she got her fingers taped up a little bit. So my guess is that she jammed it trying to go down and get it, but we won't speculate too much. Brockway, the senior out of Jacksonville, Florida. And we're back up and playing now, all knotted at 9. Nice dig for UNCP. Set up but blocked. Taylor Schvella, the other half of what you would call the two-headed monster for Georgia College, in on the block. Her and Brockway form a dynamic duo. Schvella, 3.74 kills per set. That's third best in the conference. One outstanding player. Ashley Caesar with another kill. She's having herself a fine game in the early going here. That's now her third kill. We're all tied up at 10. Caesar now on the serve, lofts it over. Schvella with the attempted slam, gets it through the block, and it falls right on top of the UNC Pembroke logo. Schvella picks up the kill, and Georgia College back on top by 1. Georgia, a weird match yesterday against Francis Marion. They got themselves off to a hot start with a 25-22 first set victory. Georgia College wisely lets that ball fly long, just ever so barely. And now a 2-point lead. Nicole Cohen lofts it back over top. Set up by Jones, the block, and nobody's going to be able to get there for UNCP. Raven Oates the closest, but not even a dive could have brought her within an attempt of that one. It looks like it's going to be a timeout call for head coach Ellen McGill, as Georgia College tries to take the momentum here early on in this match. Georgia had the momentum in yesterday's match against Francis Marion, as I mentioned. Their first set victory, but then a lengthy second set, 29-27. They ended up losing that one. 25-20, they lost in the third, and then ran out of gas. Came the fourth set, losing 25-14. So both of these teams playing their second match in less than 24 hours. Georgia's match wrapped up around 9 o'clock last evening. The Braves are going to be playing later today at 3 o'clock as well in a non-conference matchup as well. So they'll take on Shawan before having a few off days when they'll hit the road and take on Claflin on October 2nd. That's next Tuesday. This is a 13-10 lead for Georgia College here in the first set. Peach Belt Conference play for the Braves. And the point goes the way of the Bobcats. We've had an up and down season, now 8-7 on the campaign. After I mentioned last year, a 20-plus win season. So trying to find their way into a groove here early on. And just a little bit long for Ellie Hicks. Can't get it to drop. And Georgia College with the biggest lead of the game, now up by 5. Cohen on the serve. Kept alive for the Braves, punched back over for Georgia College. Now Brianna Warren tries with the off speed, but the block looked like it was Chavella in on it. As her and Libby Bachniak both there, and another timeout very quickly called for head coach Ellen McGill for UNCP. It's evidently the first timeout call did not get the results that she wanted. Georgia College now on a 6-0 scoring run, now with a 16-10 lead. Early on, Ashley Caesar has been the go-to player for UNC Pembroke. Zakia Jones has been held rather quiet, just one kill here in the early going. Kia Jones has been hot her past 6 matches. Each of those games she's had double-digit kills. But a slow start here early on, plenty of match left to go though. And last year's matchup between UNCP and Georgia College, Georgia not only won both of those matches, swept them in straight sets, so the Braves looking to try to be able to get one set on the board and build from there. Yesterday was their first match back after the hiatus they had to take due to Hurricane Florence. Head coach Ellen McGill thought that the rest might do them some good. Braves unable to come out with the victory though. They came in a couple of points of taking a few sets against Augusta, but couldn't finish. Kept alive by Mollering. Free ball back over for Georgia College. And then the slam back across for Brianna Warren with authority. Warren now with 3 kills on the afternoon. Her and Caesar lead the team early on. Callier on the serve. Set up by Brockway, kept alive by her again. Lofted over top by Chavella. And the ball hit into the net. And Georgia College is going to be given the point. Ellen McGill has a few questions about what the call was, if somebody ducked underneath the midcourt line just a little bit or what have you. But Georgia College now up 17-11. Cavella on the serve. Free balled over by Hines. And straight into the net for Boffner. And Pembroke within 5. Shannon Scrid now up to serve for the Braves. Righty gets it over, played at the net, kept alive for UNCP by Tallier. Free balled over by Brockway. Warren with a little changeup, played by Georgia College. Slammed back over by Libby Bokniak. Substitution for Georgia College. Emily Kroll's going to come in and replace Lauren Talele. Brockway with the serve. Slam down, and that one finds the line. Emma Boffner with the kill. Georgia College now with their biggest lead of the match, up by 7. Attempted to free ball it back over, but Georgia College there on top of the net, able to return the favor. And they crack the 20 mark, up by 8 now. So after a first set that was pretty close through the first 20 or so points, as Brockway now with a service error, and the Braves gifted a point, now 20-13. Georgia College now pulling away after a 6-0 scoring run. Lifted back over by Cohen. Set up for Caesar. And her kill ends up just wide. Georgia College now with a commanding 8-point lead, 21-13 here in the first set. Second game of Peach Belt action for the Braves, and Bailey Jones for UNCP, able to win the battle of the net, gets it to drop. Off speed from Caesar, played along by Mullering. A little bit far back, but a full swing taken nonetheless by Bokniak. She strikes it straight into the net. UNCP with the point. Back within 8. Bailey Jones with the serve for the Braves. That's going to be a double hit violation on the Braves. So the point goes to the Bobcats. Now 23-14. Mullering on the serve, set up for Caesar. She's able to smack it on home, and she picks up her 4th kill here in the first set. That's tied for most by any player in the match. Her and Libby Bokniak for Georgia College, each with 4 now. Raven Oates serves it across for the Braves. Hammer from Emily Crowell, but dug out by Oates. And now off the top of the net and wide for the Braves. Shannon Scrid can't find the home. And it'll be a set point now for Georgia College, up 24-15. Talele on the serve, guided back over by Caesar. Bokniak dug out by Hines. Back across by Scrid. And the Braves able to keep this set going. And we'll play set point again, now at 24-16. Caesar lofts it over. Oh, backhand hit from Pope, but into the net. And the Braves able to evade back-to-back set points. Now 24-17, just got to keep the line moving, see how long he can stay alive for. Set up for Pope, blocked by the Braves. Free balled back over. Set up for Warren. Nice dig out by Bachniak, diving. Georgia College somehow able to keep this point going. But Brianna Warren with authority slams it down. 3 straight set point wins for the Braves. They keep this set going. Few words of encouragement now from the head coach for Georgia College, Gretchen Krumdike, trying to urge her team on. Still 24-18, and finally Georgia College on the 4th try able to end this set. It'll go down as 25-18, the final here in the first set. Georgia College comes in, takes the first set away from the Braves. It was tight. Georgia College with a 6-0 scoring run, able to pull away and take the first set by 7 points. We'll take our first break now. Be back with set number 2. You're watching UNCP Volleyball here on the UNCP Sports Network.
Adidas is the official apparel sponsor for all 16 of UNC Pembroke varsity athletic teams. Adidas provides some of the most innovative products in the shoe and apparel industry and is one of the most recognizable brands worldwide. We thank Adidas for all its support in offering UNC Pembroke the best for its student athletes. Go Braves!
Lumbee River Electric Membership Corporation belongs to the members it serves. That means their members have a say in how their co-op is run. And with members in charge, you can feel confident that the decisions made are in your best interest and the best interest of your community. Doesn't that sound good? Members know they can trust LREMC because it was created not to make profits, but to deliver on this promise, providing safe, reliable, and affordable electricity. 4 values are the foundation of LREMC's service to its members: innovation, commitment to community, accountability, and integrity. These values represent the cooperative difference and how their co-op earns the trust of members every day.
Ever wondered why our sponsor, Lumberton Chevrolet Buick Cadillac GMC, has such a long name? One reason is the tremendous variety of cars and trucks they offer to meet every need. Great-looking Chevrolets, Buicks, Cadillacs, and even GMC SUVs and trucks. They have everything from budget vehicles to the top-of-the-line Cadillacs. So why would you shop anywhere else? Try their quick lube, and while your vehicle is being serviced, you can see for yourself. They are located next to Lumberton High School.
When UNC Pembroke athletes train and compete, Scotland Healthcare System will be a part of the team as the official healthcare provider for UNCP athletics. Led by Ortho Carolina Scotland orthopedic physician Dr. Richard Alexander, their specialist will cover every football and men's basketball game. From practice drills to kickoff and tip-off, Scotland's medical experts will oversee training staff operations. It's one more way Scotland Healthcare is keeping its commitment to be there for the region, delivering closer care that's better by far.
Welcome back. Set number 1 does not go the Braves' way. They fall 25-18, but a new set awaits us. Braves fell in straight sets yesterday against Augusta, so looking for their first set of the Peach Belt Conference season. Braves had a 2-week hiatus before that game yesterday, so jumping right into the thick of things against 2 of the top-tier programs in terms of volleyball here in the Peach Belt in Georgia College and Augusta. Georgia College reached the Peach Belt Conference Tournament championship game last year, falling in that one, and then also made some inroads into the second round of the NCAA tournament. Big day here in Pembroke on campus overall. 2 volleyball games to be had, one right now, another one at 3 against Chowan. And then later tonight at Grace B. Johnson Stadium, UNCP Braves football team back in action against Newberry. So they had 2 games canceled due to Hurricane Florence. A nice dig out there for Georgia College. Libby Bachniak able to keep that alive. Left-handed swing and off the fist, or fingertips rather, of Bailey Jones. Trying to play that left-handed swinger off of Emily Crowell. And Georgia College takes the first point of the second set, up 1-0. Lauren Delele on to serve now for Georgia College. And the dig from Tallier unsuccessful. Set up for Caesar, guides it over, but it's wide. And it's a 3-0 run for Georgia College to start the second set. Three-balled over for Georgia College. Set up for Caesar, tries to change it up. But her fingertips guide just right underneath the ball. Can't get enough on it to get it over top. And it's a 4-0 run for Georgia. Akia Jones. Hines keeps it alive, set up for Kayla Crowder, and she's able to kill it home. And Pembroke on the board here in the second set, now a 4-1 game. Beautiful piece of change-up artistry there for Taylor Chavella. Had 2 players in on the block for UNCP. Just able to get enough loft on that one to guide it over their hands. Dug out by Hines. Played on for Skrid. And her kill falls on deaf ears wide of the line. So a hot start here for Georgia College. We saw them go on a 6-0 run in the first set that helped them take that set. But now opening up here in the second set with authority. And Akia Jones set up beautifully and able to execute. Braves maybe to get a little bit of momentum now off of that kill. Kia's been held in check here in the early going. That's just her second kill of the match. She's had double-digit kills in 6 straight matches. Cohen free balls it back over. Played along by Oates. On to Akia Jones. Up towards the Georgia College bench, kept alive. Mulring hits it back across. Played at the net. Warren tries to keep it alive, but eventually UNCP has the ball fall underneath the net. And Georgia College, a miraculous save, with Mullering having to venture towards her own bench. Able to keep that point alive, and eventually the point goes the way of the Bobcats. Great dig by Hines to keep that alive with one hand. Straight into the block, played back over by Skrid. Set up for Cohen. Hines to Jones. And Cohen unable to keep it in front. And the Braves trying to claw their way back, now a 7-3 score. A little perspiration out on the Braves logo, so a towel used to pick that all up. Second set. Georgia College took the first set, 25-18. Change up off the top of the block, and the point to Georgia College. Morgan overly on to serve. And now play will resume. Overly overhand onto the UNC Pembroke side. Played back over by Shannon Scrid. Kept alive for Georgia College, but a whistle. Double hit violation. UNC Pembroke steals the point. Shannon Scrid up to serve. Georgia College started this set on a nice little run, but Pembroke trying to claw their way back into it. Free balled over, played along by Hines. Set up and a changeup from Warren. Georgia College anticipates it, sets it up again, blocked at the net by Warren. And Pembroke, the closest they've been in this set, now a 3-point deficit, 8-5. Hines forced a free ball at back. And a beautiful piece of craftsmanship there for Crowell. Seeing the gap in the floor, guiding the ball towards it. Gets it to drop. Libby Bachniak now on to serve. Sophomore gets the point started. Warren punches it across. On to Boffner. Played up for Crowder, but Georgia College keeps it alive. Left-handed swinger, and that got off the top of the block. Emily Crowell with another kill here in the set. She's up to 3 for the match. And a timeout called. We'll have a break in the action. So Georgia College with an early 10-5 lead here in the second set. Looks like the Braves might be able to claw back here after Georgia started the second set on a run. Got it to within 3, but now back to a 5-point deficit. Georgia handled business in the first set, winning by 7 points, but it really wasn't that close. UNCP had to win 3 straight points to try and salvage something of that set. But here early on, Libby Bachniak leading both teams in kills with 5. As Taylor Chavella, the Braves have actually held her in check. She's 3rd in the conference in kills per set. But 4 kills here in the early going for her. But hitting an astounding 571. Braves, on the other hand, not exactly as much success. As for the match, they're hitting negative 022. Not a big numbers guy, but negatives normally aren't a good thing. Georgia College on to serve, up by 5. Dug out for Pembroke, slammed back across by Warren, but kept alive for Georgia College. Pope with the big swinger. Gets it to fall, and the lead is 6. Bachniak, the overhand serve. Set up for Kayla Crowder, but straight into the block. And it falls out of bounds for the Braves. Georgia College was there, but can't guide it in bounds. Kayla Crowder picks up another kill. She's got 3. Served by Hines. Set up for Crowell. Diving dig for Bailey Jones. Kept along the net for Georgia College. Played into the net, but kept alive by Crowder. Now back to her. Beautiful dig for Libby Bachniak. The point continues. And finally, Ashley Caesar puts an end to that. The emphatic finish. Despite the diving attempt there for UNCP, I thought for a moment that ball was going to end up just a touch long, but the side judge right on top of it rules it in. Georgia College able to find the hardwood. Served by Mulrering. Straight into the block, but kept alive for UNCP. On to Crowder, change up back over top. Mulrering on to Crowell. Diving dig, but it falls on deaf ears. Now a 6-point lead for Georgia College. Mulrering serves. Set up for Caesar, gets right over top. And finishes with authority. Leading the Braves in kills early on. She's now got 6. One set, just about a half into this match now. Georgia College establishing dominance with the 25-18 first set victory. Crowell, the left-handed swinger, able to finish it towards the back left corner for the Braves. Taylor Chavella, despite she does have 4 kills in this match, a nice little back set there for Crowell. Braves thinking that ball's got to go to Chavella, one of the top finishers in the league. Now here's Crowder, guides it back over. Pope for Georgia College, played along for Crowder again. Hines keeps it alive, set up for Caesar, change up over top. Chavella straight into the block. So it was actually Caesar and Akia Jones there to rise up and stop it. The Braves back to within 5. Raven Oates on the serve. Chavella with a beautiful tip over the block onto the floor. Chavella, the senior, 6'1", out of Cumming, Georgia. Been doing it all for Georgia College this season. Akia Jones able to find the line. Georgia College thought it was wide. Just able to grab a piece of the chalk. And a nice kill for Akia Jones, up to 5 on the match. Or excuse me, 4. Caesar on to serve. Set up for Bachniak into the block. Georgia College keeps it afloat. And Bachniak with a second opportunity straight into the net. The Braves claw it to within a 4-point game. Braves down 1-0. Down 4 here in the second set. The first of 2 matches for them here this afternoon. Played sky high, but kept alive by Shannon Scrid. Back across for Georgia College, and just a little poke over her head for Caleb Brockway. A heady play. Looked like she might set it up for somebody else, as she's one of the best setters in the conference. But instead, just ducks it over top. And the point to the Bobcats. Lauren, the emphatic finish, set up beautifully. Left high, got over top. And all that was left was the swing. It was true and good, and the point to the Braves. Straight into the block, but into the net for UNCP. So that was a big swinger there for Georgia. The Braves did well to get high to block it, but straight into their own side of the net. Morgan Overly on to serve for the Bobcats. Oates with the dig. Slammed across by Skrid, but kept alive for Georgia College. Bokniak back across. And Hines tried to get low to dig it out, but she can't. And the Bobcats secure the point. Actually, instead, it's going to go down as a 2-hit violation instead on Hines. Either way, the point goes the Bobcats' way and straight into the block for Warren. Tried to fillet that one over. And that's going to prompt a timeout for head coach Ellen McGill for UNCP. It's been a tough second set for the Pembroke Braves. Have been as close as 3 points here in the second set, but right now the deficit is 7. Hitting just .049 for the match. Compare that with Georgia College. They're hitting .298, .355 here in the set. 6 kills for Libby Bokniak. Emily Farwell with 5. Same with Taylor Chavella. On the other hand, Ashley Caesar has led the way for UNCP. 6 kills overall. For the Braves, a much-needed timeout, trying to regroup here. Georgia College on a little mini scoring run. They've won 3 straight points. But overall, it's just been lacking a little bit here today for Pembroke. In yesterday's match, they were able to get awful close quite a number of times against Augusta, but were never truly able to finish a set when they had the opportunities. Here, Georgia College has gotten out early and often. Pembroke has just been left trying to scale the mountain. Served by Overly. Played along for Skrid into the block, and it drops down for the Braves. Shannon Skrid with the kill. So Skrid now on to serve. Pembroke trailing by 6. Set up for Bokniak, and she finds the hardwood. Georgia College now into the 20s at an even 2-0. Bokniak to serve, guides it across. Played along for Kayla Crowder, but her attempted kill has got nothing doing. Into the net. Georgia College by 8. Their largest lead here in the second set. Already up 1-0. Skrid with the overhand swinger. Kept alive for Georgia College. Crowell with the changeup dug out by Hines. Straight into the block by Crowder. And Georgia College now up by 9. Excuse me, rather, that point went the way of the Braves as after the block it hit out of bounds. So the Braves within 8 now, pardon me, or 7. That's not the strong suit. Georgia College trying to keep it going, but just underneath the net and the 4-hit violation. And the Braves clawing their way back now to within 6. Set up for Pope, kept alive by the Braves. Now on to Crowder off the top of the block. Played back over top and slammed home. Kayla Crowder doing it all today for UNCP, now up to 5 kills. Tied for second best on the team here in this match. Free ball to cross, beautifully done. It's the second time we've seen Kayla Brockway do that in this match. One of the best setters here in the conference. Feigns her set and instead guides it across for the point. And now a service error for Jordan Mulvering. And it's 22-17. Georgia on the precipice of winning the opening 2 sets of this match. Won the first set 25-18. Braves trying to make it a little bit closer than that first set here. Guided across it wide for Ashley Caesar. Had the right idea, but can't get it to fall. Akia Jones with the hammer, beautiful dig. Kept alive for Georgia College. Nearly Hines able to do it again. But tips off and Karams out of play. That'll be set point now for Georgia College, up 24-17. Won the first set 25-18. Just trying to do themselves one better. Kaleli on the serve. Set up for Caesar, kept alive by Georgia College. Now on to Emily Pope. And the Braves able to stave off the end of the set for at least one more point. They're able to win 3 straight set points in the first set of the match. Trying to possibly one-up themselves here again, see if they can go on a little bit of a run. Trailing by 6, Raven Oates to serve. On to Pope, dug out. Nicely done by Bailey Jones. High into the air for Georgia College. Hit back across. Set up for Akia Jones off the top of the block. Kept alive. That's going to end up into the bench for Georgia College. Akia Jones now up to 5 kills in the match. Trying to get double digits for the 7th straight match. Got a little bit of work to do. Hines keeps it alive, free balls it back across. Chavella hammers it back across. Just able to get over the top of the net for Hines, a beautiful save. Once again, she digs it out. Akia Jones has to free ball it back. Just at the net, hit up by the Braves, but that ball is gonna find the hardwood right on top of the logo. And Georgia College finishes off the second set, 25-19. The Braves fall here in the second set. So down 2-0, we'll go to set number 3. Braves trailing here in this one against Georgia College. Down 2-0 after the second set finishes 25-19 in favor of Georgia College. We'll take ourselves a break and be back with set number 3. You're watching UNCP Volleyball here on the UNCP Braves Sports Network.
Adidas is the official apparel sponsor for all 16 of UNC Pembroke varsity athletic teams. Adidas provides some of the most innovative products in the shoe and apparel industry and is one of the most recognizable brands worldwide. We thank Adidas for all its support in offering UNC Pembroke the best for its student athletes. Go Braves!
Lumbee River Electric Membership Corporation belongs to the members it serves. That means their members have a say in how their co-op is run. And with members in charge, you can feel confident that the decisions made are in your best interest and the best interest of your community. Doesn't that sound good? Members know they can trust LREMC because it was created not to make profits, but to deliver on this promise, providing safe, reliable, and affordable electricity. 4 values are the foundation of LREMC's service to its members: innovation, commitment to community, accountability, and integrity. These values represent the cooperative difference and how their co-op earns the trust of members every day.
Ever wondered why our sponsor, Lumberton Chevrolet Buick Cadillac GMC, has such a long name? One reason is the tremendous variety of cars and trucks they offer to meet every need. Great-looking Chevrolets, Buicks, Cadillacs, and even GMC SUVs and trucks. They have everything from budget vehicles to the top-of-the-line Cadillacs. So why would you shop anywhere else? Try their quick lube, and while your vehicle is being serviced, you can see for yourself. They are located next to Lumberton High School.
When UNC Pembroke athletes train and compete, Scotland Healthcare System will be a part of the team as the official healthcare provider for UNCP athletics. Led by Ortho Carolina Scotland orthopedic physician Dr. Richard Alexander, their specialist will cover every football and men's basketball game. From practice drills to kickoff and tip-off, Scotland's medical experts will oversee training staff operations. It's one more way Scotland Healthcare is keeping its commitment to be there for the region, delivering closer care that's better by far.
Adidas is the official apparel sponsor for all 16 of UNC Pembroke varsity athletic teams. Adidas provides some of the most innovative products in the shoe and apparel industry and is one of the most recognizable brands worldwide. We thank Adidas for all its support in offering UNC Pembroke the best for its student athletes. Go Braves!
Lumbee River Electric Membership Corporation belongs to the members it serves. That means their members have a say in how their co-op is run. And with members in charge, you can feel confident that the decisions made are in your best interest and the best interest of your community. Doesn't that sound good? Members know they can trust LREMC because it was created not to make profits, but to deliver on this promise, providing safe, reliable, and affordable electricity. 4 values are the foundation of LREMC's service to its members: innovation, commitment to community, accountability, and integrity. These values represent the cooperative difference and how their co-op earns the trust of members every day.
Adidas is the official apparel sponsor for all 16 of UNC Pembroke varsity athletic teams. Adidas provides some of the most innovative products in the shoe and apparel industry and is one of the most recognizable brands worldwide. We thank Adidas for all its support in offering UNC Pembroke the best for its student athletes. Go Braves!
Lumbee River Electric Membership Corporation belongs to the members it serves. That means their members have a say in how their co-op is run. And with members in charge, you can feel confident that the decisions made are in your best interest and the best interest of your community. Doesn't that sound good? Members know they can trust LREMC because it was created not to make profits, but to deliver on this promise, providing safe, reliable, and affordable electricity. 4 values are the foundation of LREMC's service to its members: innovation, commitment to community, accountability, and integrity. These values represent the cooperative difference and how their co-op earns the trust of members every day.
Welcome back. After 2 sets of play, it's Georgia College 2 and UNCP nada. Following here in the first 2 sets of the match, 25-18, and then in the second set, 25-19. For the Braves, it's been the story as a team here in the first, or here in the match. They're hitting .068. Compare that to .282 for Georgia College. There are some bright spots, though, for the Braves. Akia Jones, once again, 5 kills here in this match, got 2 blocks as well, hitting a crisp .364. Ashley Caesar's got 6 kills in the match as well, but Libby Bokniak leads them all for Georgia College, 7 kills. In the first set, both teams went back and forth for a little bit. We were at about 10-10 when Georgia College went on a 6-0 run. In the second set, though, Georgia College got out of the blocks early and often to take a lead that they would never relinquish. So the Braves open for a little bit better fortune here in the third set, trailing 2-0, trying to keep this match alive. Set up for Caesar, and straight off the hands, Lauren Talele of Ashley Caesar with the kill. As I had just mentioned, already leading the team with 6 coming into this set, now with 7. And Pembroke grabs the first point of the set. Served by Oates. Curl, left-handed swinger, straight into the block. Ricochet's back. And Pembroke for the first 2 points in the second set. Crowell lofted high into the air off the roof. It ricochets. Kia Jones has to free ball it back over. Crowell, little long. And the Braves with 3 straight to open up the third set of play. Kept alive on the dig by Hines. Played back across. Set up for Chavella. Her hammer is gonna find the back right corner. The Braves think that that was long. With a point to Georgia College, they're on the scoreboard now, 3-1 for 4 points of play. Set up for Caesar off the top of the block. Played along. Little change up just inside of the line. Beautifully done by Ashley Caesar. Guides it home. The Braves with the biggest lead that they've seen in the game overall, now up by 3. Caesar now on to serve. Played along to Chavella, and her changeup's just gonna hit the top of the net and fall back into her hands. So the Braves coming out with a little bit of a fire here in the third set. A little surprised not to see head coach Gretchen Krumdike take a timeout yet for Georgia College. Into the block. Pope again, once again into the block. Brianna Warren sends it back to Georgia College. Set up for Pembroke. Kept alive by Jordan Mulrearing. Dug out, but nobody there to save it. After Akia Jones got a fist to it. Braves trailing 2-0 coming out here in the third set with a little bit more fire, a little bit more passion. Their backs up against the wall here. Cole Cohen with the serve. Played along for Michelle Voyer. Off the top of the fist for Chavella. And just wide now for the Braves. And Georgia College with back-to-back points. To make it 3 straight points now for Georgia College after trailing to open up this set. They're back to within 1. Braves lead dwindling away in the early going. Akia Jones with the hammer. That's gonna deflect out of play. Akia Jones with another kill. Now 6 in the match. Overall, Ashley Caesar now with 8 that leads both teams. Libby Bokniak has 7 that leads Georgia College. Oates forced a free ball from far back over top. Chavella onto Warren, kept alive. Free ball for Talele. Set up for Warren into the block. Dug out by Hines. Onto Voyer, dug out now by Mulrearing for Georgia College, into the block, but straight into the net. Voyer just a touch too long, and Georgia College has clawed their way back to tie it up at 6. Trailed by as many as 4 here in the third set, already up 2-0. Voyer with a hammer off one hand and back out of play. And the Braves back in control of the scoreboard, up by 1. For Royer, her first kill here in the match, the sophomore from Baldwinsville, New York. That's going to be a service ace. Shannon Scraid able to pick up the ace for the Braves, the first ace they've had in this game. Scraid back to serving. Kept alive for the Braves, on to Kayla Crowder, dug out by Cohen. Back to the Braves, Warren a little floater and it's wide. Taleli serves. Back across by Oates, diving dig for Nicole Cohen. Brianna Warren. Now Cohen again, back across. Braves set it up, Kayla Crowder. Cohen's there with a hand. Off the top of the block and it falls. The top of the fingertips for the Braves. Falls to the earth. And Georgia College ties it all up at 8. Beautiful shot for the Braves. Not sure if it was that Georgia College couldn't get anybody to that ball or they genuinely thought it was going to fly long. That ball hit right in the back right corner. Nobody moved a muscle for the Bobcats. Kept alive for the Braves, Kayla Crowder. Now on to Emily Crowell, left-handed swinger. Hines lofts it up. Slammed down off a hand for the Braves. As Abby Farr was able to get a fist on it, but just tips it straight back. Too much power there from Crowell. We're going back and forth here in the third set, much like what we saw in the first set of play. It's a rotation error called on the Braves, so Georgia College gifted a point. They grabbed their first lead here in the third set, leading 2-0. Need this set for the match. Set up for Crowder and the hammer. Rises high to meet it and slams it down hard to tie us back up at double digits, 10 apiece. Bailey Jones to serve for the Braves. Mulrering on to Taleli for Crowder. Big right-handed swinger from the back. The Bobcats, it's Crowell, lefty off the top of the block. Hines for Akia Jones off the top of the block. It ricochets out of bounds. And Akia Jones with her 7th kill of the match. Beautiful dig for Bailey Jones. Onto Akia Jones. Kept alive for the Bobcats. On to Emily Pope, into the block. Akia Jones rises to meet Emily Pope. And a timeout allows the Braves to celebrate a little bit. Now back in control by 2 points. They got off the blocks quick here in this third set. leading 5-1. Georgia College clawed their way back. The Bobcats able to tie it up at 10. The back-to-back points now for the Braves. That came after a rotation error that you hope doesn't loom all too large for the Braves. So that's an inadvertent error that you'd like to be able to avoid at all costs. Either way, now the Braves with a 2-point lead. Georgia College wants to make this a swift set, already leading 2-0. They don't want to let the Braves linger around for too much longer. Want to be able to finish them when they can. For Georgia, really, it's been a match of runs. They had a big one, 6-0 in the first set that allowed them to pull away. In the second set, they started off hot. UNCP was never able to catch back up. And now here in the third set, they've been playing from behind. The first time they've had to do that in this match. Akia Jones on the line. 4 straight points for the Braves, and they're up by 3. Crowell with the hammer, and that's going to deflect out of play. And Georgia College able to snap the skid, get back to within 2. Mulwaring on the serve. Set up for Akia Jones, off the hand and down to the floor. Akia Jones with another kill, make it 9. That leads the Braves one away from her 7th straight game of double-digit kills. And as she's come alive here in this third set, so too have the Braves, now with a 4-point lead. Or a 3-point lead, or rather, excuse me. Crowell off the top of the block, great dig by Oates. Free ball back across. Chavella into the block, able to punch it back though. Set up for Caesar, and her shot's wide. Nearly looked like the Braves won that point when they were able to get the block on Chavella. For Georgia College able to steal the point. Back to within 2. Into the block, and nobody there to retrieve it for the Braves. Falls in between a couple of players. Nicely done by Georgia College. For Akia Jones, the kill, making double digits. 7 matches in a row for Akia Jones, and the Braves back up by 2. Chavella, that get off the top of the block. It did not, landed wide. Chavella thinks that one got off a couple of fingertips before it caromed out of play. But the Braves grabbed the point. Now up by 3. Caesar on the serve. Chavella back across. Set up for Warren off the top of the block, and it can't be saved. Emily Pope went down to the floor to try and retrieve it. So the Braves with an opportunity there to potentially grab their biggest lead of the match. Instead, concede the point. Their 3-0 scoring run comes to an end. Georgia College to within 3. From the back, it's Cohen. Set up for Akia Jones, straight into the block. Kept alive by Hines. Warren into the block. Hines again. Akia Jones one more time, lofts it over. Big right-handed swinger on the line. Beautiful cross-court shot. Morgan Overly with a fantastic kill. Gets the Bobcats to within 2. Now Akia Jones again takes advantage. Puts that one to bed. Now 11 kills on the game. That's the most of any player. Abby Farr to serve. And a service ace, the second of the game for the Braves. Pushes their lead to 4. Straight into the block by Cheverly. Chavella can't get it over top of the block, and that's going to prompt a timeout. The Braves with their biggest lead of the match by 5, 20-15. Trying to stave off the end of this match. They dropped the first 2 sets, 25-18, 25-19. But now here in the third set, the Braves with the biggest lead that they've seen in this game, or in this match, up by 5 on a 3-0 run, a timeout called for Georgia College. This is the opportunity the Braves want to get their first set of the Peach Belt Conference season. The time is right, the time is now. Yesterday they led 23-18 in the second set against Augusta and let that one slip out of their grasp. So Abby Farr back to serving for the Braves. Played along by Overly. Big swinger across. Set up for Voyer, but kept alive by the Bobcats. Nice dig by Oates. On to Warren. Overly too long. Now a 6-point lead for the Braves. Straight into the block. Wide for Michelle Voyer. Sophomore can't find the line. For Georgia College, no rush, no pressure. Trailing by 5 points right now, but a 2-0 lead. Chavella on the serve. Warren floats it across, Chavella saves it. 3-balled back. Set up by Hines for Warren into the block. Just trickles over the top of the net. And Georgia College back-to-back points. Trying to keep the hope alive that they can finish this match here in the third set, already up 2-0. The finish for Michelle Voyer. This time she doesn't miss wide. Right down the heart of the court. Into the block. This time Bachniak into the block once more, but gets it to deflect out of play. Kayla Crowder, a big swing, but straight into the mesh. Crowder kept alive for Georgia. Floated across. From the back, a big swinger. On to Crowell, left hands. To Warren, blocked at the net. Emma Balfner meets Brianna Warren right at the net, and that's going to prompt a timeout for Ellen McGill. We've got ourselves a nice little third set going now. 22-20, UNCP leads Georgia College on a 3-0 run. They trailed by 5 points, but trying to scrape and claw their way back into this third set, already up 2-0. They played a 4-setter last night. After they won the first set, they lost 3 straight. So now trying here the day after to pick up a victory for the Braves. 3-0 loss yesterday against Augusta, trying to avoid that same fate here. The third set hangs in the balance, as does the match. The Braves volleyball team, a busy day after this game. At 3 o'clock, they'll take on Shawan in a non-conference matchup, and then a little bit later after that, you still got time to join us. UNCP Braves football team back in action against Newberry. Playing here at home at Grace B. Johnson Stadium. We'll have that here on the interwebs for you. 22-20, Braves in front. Trying to get their first set of the Peach Belt Conference season. For Crowell, left hand, great dig by Farr. Free ball to cross by Crowder. Bachniak. Crowder into the block. 4 straight points for Georgia College, and they're within 1. (22-21). Bobcats lead 2-0. Crowder. On for Bachniak, right hand by everybody and down. And we're tied at 22s. That's another timeout. 5-0 run for Georgia College. They've come back here in the third set to tie it up. So for Pembroke, they've been led in this game, as always, by Akia Jones, Libby Bachniak, who just picked up that kill. That was her 12th of the match. That leads all players. 11 digs as well, 3 blocks. She's had herself a nice match while hitting 312. Lauren Delali still on to serve. She started this run for Georgia College. We're tied at deuces, 22 apiece. Warren into the block. Now on to Crowder, straight up into the ceiling. Ricochets away, kept alive. Georgia College keeps the point going as drywall falls from the ceiling and just long. Brianna Warren just a little long That'll be an attack error on her. You don't see that every day. Drywall falling from the ceiling after that ball. That ball was deflected as literally as high as you can possibly get here in the Jones Center. Ricocheted, and in Georgia College's favor, it ricocheted back to them. Otherwise, there was no way they were tracking that ball down. And whatever it hit, a little bit of drywall up there, whatever, came sprinkling down onto the court just like that. One of the crazier things you'll ever see, and give Georgia College a lot of credit for keeping themselves composed while that was happening, to not just be able to keep the point going, but they end up winning the point. And that could be a real, just about as big of a turning point as you can possibly get. Georgia College now with the lead, 6 straight points to them, 23-22. Of all places for that ball to ricochet to, could have fallen anywhere after hitting the ceiling. Bobcats get lucky, and the Braves now down by 1. So now the question is for the Braves, how do you rebound? And thankfully for Ellen McGill, this kind of acts like a quasi timeout, since the Braves are in fact out of timeouts. Georgia College has 2 remaining. That allowed Ellen McGill this little break in the action to sit down with their players, talk things over, try and get them to regroup. After the floor gets mopped, we're all clean and ready to go. Georgia College by 1, up 2 sets to nothing. Looking to find their way to a match point. Kayla Crowder, right-handed swinger, kept alive. Warren. Bokniak. Crowell left hand, floats it back but kept alive for the Braves. A little change up there from Crowder. Crowell returns the favor. Hines back to Crowell, right-handed swinger. Bokniak, right hand straight to Abby Farr, is able to keep it going. Floater that falls off the top of the wall. So now set points, match point for Georgia College, trying to finish it on an 8-0 run to win the match. Kept alive at the net. Braves keep it going. Bokniak into the net. And off the wall. And the Braves fall. Georgia College finishes on an 8-0 run to win it. Take the final set 25-22, 3 sets to none overall. Georgia College gets their second win of the conference schedule, now improving to 9-7 on the campaign, 2-2 in conference. For the Braves, now 3-11, 0-2 in conference. They'll have a little bit of a break before they come back and take on Shawan in about an hour and a half. Final stats from today's games. Sets looked like this. Georgia College 25-18, 25-19, 25-22. Bobcats were led by Libby Bokniak, who led all players with 13 kills. Picked up 11 digs, 3 blocks as well. Taylor Chavella had herself a nice match. Not nearly as many kills as she's accustomed to. She had 6 in the game, but 5 blocks as well. She came in with an average of 1.09 blocks per set. That was second best in the conference. For the Braves, Akia Jones, another double-digit kill performance with 11, hit 429, 3 blocks as well. Ashley Caesar, 8 kills, Kayla Crowder, 7 as well. And overall, just not enough there for the Braves. They had their opportunity here in the third and final set, but an 8-0 scoring run for Georgia College helped them to clinch the set and thus the match. as the Braves fall to 3-11 on the season. To 9-7 go the Bobcats. I want to thank you for joining us. It's been a pleasure. For my producer and director, Chris Clayton, he'll become the broadcaster for tonight's football game. If you want to join us at 7 o'clock, it should be a good one tonight against Newberry. I'll be at 7 o'clock right here on the UNCP Sports Network. Thanks for joining us. You've been watching UNCP Volleyball here on the UNCP Sports Network.
Got it? I can't hear you, but
Yes.
you gotta mime it out. Alright, Sam, we're about to go live. I'm going to turn my audio down for now. Alright? Get that, Sam? Can you hear me, Sam? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Oh, I was just saying we're going live, so I'm going to turn my audio down for right now.
Alright guys, once they start running out of the tunnel, get me some tight shots on that.
Welcome to Grace P. Johnson Stadium. UNCP football is back. It is the Braves with a tough matchup here at home, taking on Newberry on the UNCP Sports Network. Chris Clayton and Josh Reed here with you on this Saturday evening. Thanks for spending your Saturday night with us for this exciting broadcast. It's great to get back to football. Obviously, the storm kind of devastated the area and the region. Tough for those in the Robeson County and really all of the Carolinas, and it's great to get back to football, an opportunity for an exciting and fun weekend. They got out bright and early, tailgating, having a great time, and the UNCP players as well, of course, excited to get back to football as well. But Josh, it's going to be a big challenge here. Newberry is 2-2 on the year, dropped their first couple games, but their last two games, they've played a lot better with a couple of wins back-to-back.
You guys there?
It was a victory over Virginia Lynchburg, 27-14. Beat Carson Newman, 23-3.
Yes.
And the Wolves can really run the football.
Oh, yeah, most definitely. They're averaging about 200 yards rushing a game. And
Yeah.
it's going to be real battle of the trenches tonight. I expect a lot of trench warfare down there in between the hashes. UNCP is only allowing just about 80 yards rushing a game, so even though it's just a two-game sample size, I look for the defensive line to get after them tonight.
Absolutely. A lot of size and talent up front defensively for UNCP. Of course, led by T.Y. Hinton, the All-American defensive end.
All right, let's get tight on
But
our
Newberry
captains
brings it to
walking
you
out
with
to
more than
midfield.
just their leading rusher, Austin Barnes. They've got Greg Ruff, the quarterback, who can also run the ball. He's got about 200 rushing yards here this year. So this is a unique and talented rushing attack that UNCP is going to have to deal with here at
Ready
home.
one, take one.
Most definitely, Braves' first priority is going to be after stopping the run, because once you stop the run, they've shown not really an inability, but they can't really beat you through the air. So if they can do that, then they should have a strong game today.
Captain's out on the field here for the coin toss. Got the smoke billowing across the gridiron from our pregame intro as the players ran out onto the field. Pretty solid crowd on hand here at Lumbee Guarantee Bank Field, taking in the action. It is a Parents and Families weekend. Honored, of course, at the volleyball match earlier today. UNCP volleyball played at noon and at 3 o'clock as well. Pack weekend with UNCP soccer in action, cross country and golf as well. So there it is. Newberry will elect to receive, and that is how we get things going. Again, coming into this game, it's a 2-2 record on the year for Newberry, and 1-1 is UNCP. It has been 3 weeks since the Braves have been out on the field, and they are back to it here at home in front of a fired-up crowd.
Yeah, if the Braves can get their passing attack picking up where it left off last game, then we can definitely. I wouldn't expect a shootout, but like I said, Newberry's susceptible to the pass. They've allowed just about over 200 passing yards per game. So, except for the last two games, only allowed combined 17 points in the last two games.
Our officials tonight, referee is Rick St. George, umpire Matt Wiggins, linesman Jeremy Hall, line judge Joseph Sadowski, Neville Hall, John Lemaire, Zach Gilbert, also on the field there as the officials tonight as well. Here we go, UNCP out on the field for the first time in 3 weeks. The Braves were last in action September 8th with a win at home against Elizabeth City State. And now here we go. Set to boot things away for UNCP, it's Alex Alvarado. 3 touchbacks on 12 kickoffs so far this season. And back to return here for Newberry is Chance Walker and Dacian Kitchings. Boots it away to Alvarado, and we are underway. This one goes right to the goal line, and that is Kitchings that takes a knee, the freshman out of Aiken, South Carolina.
Thought about bringing it back, but I guess he didn't see the right lanes.
Here we go. It's the Newberry offense to take the field first. They like to run the football, and they're very good at it. About 199 rush yards per game compared to 137 pass yards. Greg Ruff is the quarterback for Newberry. Number 16 there, the sophomore out of Rock Hill. Running back starting things off next to him is big Austin Barnes at 6'2", 235. And he takes the first hand up the gut. He's met right at the line of scrimmage by Dominic Davis. Barnes uses that power, dives forward, picks up about 3.5 yards.
Yep, I like to see what Dominic did on that play. Got him real quick, brought him to the ground. Yeah, he got carried a little bit, but you like to see him strong in the point of attack.
Josh, we talked about it in the pregame, the battle in the trenches, and first play we see a physical war.
Expect to see a lot of that. Helmets flying off and everything.
Second and about 6.
Ready for take 4.
It's about 30 seconds in. The lefty Ruff will take off, and there's that rushing ability we talked about. He gets a first down carry, diving out across the 35-yard line.
Yeah, defensive line's got to keep the rush lanes intact. You don't want to give the quarterback anything easy to take off, especially with a rushing quarterback like this.
Big Octavius McLaurin, the freshman out of Laurinburg, on the tackle. Fresh set it down for the Wolves.
Trying to hurry up offense.
Barnes up the middle again. Submarines forward, gets up to the 40. Couple yards for him.
Ready 3, take 3.
I expect the Braves to employ a lot of heavy personnel tonight, trying to stop that potent rushing attack.
Ready 4, take 4.
Ruff and the offense now in the shotgun for the 2nd and 9. First shotgun look of the game we've seen here from Newberry. Barnes steal the tailback. And he'll get the carry right up the gut. Nice job by the Braves. They meet him right near the line of scrimmage. And again, Barnes shows some strength. Got about a half-yard extra, but that's an excellent job by UNCP meeting Barnes before he can get downhill.
It was great by the UNCP defensive lineman on that. They're gobbling up blockers so that their linebackers can get in the backfield.
Yeah, once you let Barnes full speed, that's going to be tough to bring down. But if you can meet him early, that's when you have a chance.
Yeah, just looking at him from up here, it looks like one of these as big as some of the linemen out there.
I would not want to tackle him. That is for sure.
It's like Brandon Jacobs out there.
3rd and 7. Their own 41-yard line. Ruff to pass. Pressure, takes off. Trying to get around the edge. Braves contain him and take him down. Excellent tackle in the open field for UNCP.
Going to a replay. Ready?
The Braves get the stop. That was Luke Brooks. You hear the fans here saying Luke.
Okay,
Luke Brooks, the freshman.
Yeah, he somewhat served as a QB spy on that.
Ready,
When they have a rushing
1.
quarterback in there in order to get a convert. Did a pretty good job.
The punt deep by Shea Rogers. It's collected by Devin Jones inside his own 10. Breaks a couple tackles, squirts out across the 10-yard line. Dicey play down there inside his own 5-yard line.
Yeah, I guess he was just trying to field it, but if I was him, I would just got down. But you never know with Devin Jones, man. He's so electric in the return game. It's just, he makes the first guy miss. You never know. He could take it to the house.
First look at the UNCP offense. Braves with Josh Jones, the true freshman quarterback.
Ready 1, take 1.
He's got Josh Sheridan, the tailback, to his left. That's actually McKinley Nelson with the first carry. Fights forward, gets a few yards.
33, take 3.
Yeah, I was a little curious when they were doing the pregame introductions and they had McKinley Nelson up on the big board. Thought Josh Sheridan would get the start. Maybe they saw something from McKinley in practice that they really liked this past week.
Well, you would expect that they're both going to play. Sheridan, the leading rusher this year, 132 yards and 3 touchdowns. McKinley Nelson on the season coming in with now 10 carries and 30 yards rushing. Here's the true freshman Josh Jones. Lofts it deep downfield. And it's incomplete. Looking to hit his man, Tyshawn Carter, with one-on-one coverage.
Yeah, Newberry's David Vereen was running stride for stride with Tayshawn on that play. Tayshawn has really been a deep threat for the UNCP. He's averaging just about 20 yards a catch.
Jones really lofted it up there, gave Carter a shot to get under it. But as you mentioned, excellent coverage there by David Vereen, the sophomore. 3rd and 8 for UNCP, deep in their own territory, their own 13-yard line. Here's Jones. Right over the middle, through the hands of his wide receiver, Quay Threet. Heck of a throw by Jones, and Threet couldn't pull it in. Would have been a first down out across the 30.
Yeah, he's going to be something for that over on the sideline. It would have been an easy first down.
The Braves are going to have to punt. Get another look at this. Perfectly run post in the middle of the field. Threet got himself open, but couldn't cash in.
But you know, the silver lining in that drive was he had a clean pocket. I mean, I'm really impressed with what I'm seeing for the offensive line, even though it's just the first drive.
Set to boot it away. Now it's UNCP's Isaac Parks. Bobby Irby back to receive, calls for a fair catch, and retrieves it cleanly with the defense right on him at his own 42. Solid field position here for Newberry with their second drive of the game. Defense is holding strong just a few minutes in.
Yeah, even though it wasn't a high, it was a high end over. It wasn't an end over punt. You know, it was a nice high playing punt and let his teammates get down there so they can cover it without no return.
So for Newberry, their first drive of the game was 5 plays, 19 yards, and ended up punting it away. Let's see if they can do this time, starting from the right hash. It is Ruff who kept it, thrown down in the backfield. T.Y. Hinton.
That was Dominic Davis on that one, number 93.
That's right, Dominic Davis with the tackle for loss, his 3rd TFL of the season.
He's flashing early in this game. He's going to be a force up there in the middle.
For Davis, the redshirt junior out of Laurinburg.
And we're out.
First year as a starter, lots of playing time throughout his career, especially last season, but really taking hold of his opportunity to start this year. He pins Newberry back inside their own 40, a 2nd and 13. Quick little hitch route. Broken tackle, fighting up to midfield. The catch made by Markel Castle on the play. Check that was actually Manny McCord. Manny McCord there on the reception. 3rd and short, just a couple of yards right at midfield on the Braves' head is Newberry.
Stay on that for me. All right, ready, camera 1, going camera 1. Back off, Isaiah.
Shotgun formation, three wide receivers actually out there. Barnes is the tailback.
Oh!
That's a botched snap. Ball is loose at midfield. Regardless, it's going to be 4th down. UNCP thinks they have it. No signal yet from the officials, trying to sort things out. And Newberry did get it, but it is 4th down now at about 3 yards as the mishandle on the snap there.
Yeah, the motion
it was actually a collision.
Yeah, the motion man ran into the back on that play.
And
coming in motion was Keenan Lewis, the senior, slammed into Austin Barnes. Clearly a miscommunication there for Newberry. So now the Wolves will have to punt it away. Shea Rogers boots it deep. Devin Jones calls for a fair catch off the helmet of a Wolves player.
It should be down right there then. About the 18.
And that's where there is one beanbag right at about the 18. I think the officials are going to spot this at the 12. Well, I guess they deem that's where it hit the Newberry player in the helmet. So again, Josh Jones and the Braves offense back out on the field. 3 and out their first drive. That one started at their own 13. This one starting at their own 18. So field position's not been prime for the Braves.
I'd like to see some of that good protection that we saw in the last drive. Just more execution of, I guess, receivers just catching the ball.
Ready 3, take 3.
I formation look to start things off. And it's a handoff to the fullback. Here's Hodges up there. That's actually Sam Vines up the gut. Nice gain. Fullback dive, and it ends in an 8-yard pickup.
As a former fullback myself, you love to see the guys get the straight fullback dive and go for big yards. Caught the Wolves off guard on that one.
Slipping through arm tackles.
Coming back out.
That's not going to work against Vines.
He's a big boy.
Vines 6
Ready
feet
three, kick
225 at a Raleigh.
Looks a little
Second and
heavier,
2.
225.
Sheridan's the tailback. Jones is going to throw, though, down the right sideline. Contact at midfield. Diving attempt from Shamon Hicks, or excuse me, Aaron Whitaker. Not able to pull it in. No call on the contact there right at midfield either.
Yeah, he definitely made contact
Yeah.
receiving down the field,
Yeah, we'll
way
take it.
past 5 yards. I'm surprised
Yeah.
there wasn't a flag.
I'm trying to get on it.
It's two jostling for position. Big third down spot now for UNCP. Very good run defense this season
Okay.
for Newberry, as we talked about in the pregame.
He can dump it off.
Opponent's only running for about 100 yards per game, but this time UNCP is able to pick up the first down. That time they did it through the air. No need to run the football when you got Josh Jones back there.
Well, it was a nice play action pass to the receiver.
So the Braves, their first down of the game. They move it out across the 35-yard line.
Got Shamon Hicks on a shallow cross.
3 wide receivers, 2 to the right here for UNCP. Couple in the backfield, Dylan Hodges and Josh Sheridan. Here's Jones, pressure, that's going to be a hold. That'll come back. Jones runs out towards the sideline. Doesn't take a hit. A little bit of a bump there, but the reason I said no hit, you would hope Jones doesn't take a hit, because even if he